So I've hit rock bottom at least a few times. I mean, 2 or 3 times in my life. And I'm 33 now. I'll be 34 this summer. And one of the most profound times that I hit rock bottom was at the end of 2018. I had no money. I was negative $600 in my checking account. And I had just racked up a ton of credit card debt, over $11,000. I was completely broke. I was completely lost. I was eating fast food. This is the end of 2018. Eating fast food. I had done 4 years in the military, then did 4 years of college, burned through my GI Bill, had no money, had no degree. And it's like, why? How? I was hooked on porn. I hadn't been with a woman in a year and a half. Like, I even slept with a woman. And I was so lost. I was completely lost. And previously, I had tried different stuff for work. I was a certified personal trainer for a little bit. But I felt like a failure. I mean, I had $11,000 of credit card debt. I was negative $600 in my checking account. I had no money, tons of credit card debt. I had all these vices as well. I was depressed, super depressed. And I was living in Florida at the time. I had to sell all my stuff in my apartment. And I remember just getting rid of everything because I had to move. I had to leave. I couldn't afford anything. And it was a lot of this my fault, my doing. You know, I had just allowed bad habits to take over my life. And I was just sort of drifting along through life. You know, after being in the military, it was one of those things where you're in so much structure for so long, people breathing down your neck, you know, telling you what to do. And my veterans out here, they know what I'm talking about. You know, when you get out, it's just like freedom. I finally have freedom. And I took full advantage of that freedom. You know, I had to move in with my sister. So I didn't even have any friends either because I was into a bunch of weird shit at the time. I was into like astrology, which is not weird, but you know, it is what it is. Why am I worried about astrology and obsessing over a girl who left me when I have no money anyway? Like, it didn't make any sense, dude. And I had to go move in with my sister. So I decided to move back to Georgia. I live in Atlanta. And I moved into this shitty apartment with 3 other roommates and my sister. And I actually had to borrow like $200 from my sister just to get groceries. And it was so frustrating, so depressing, and so dark because I just remember crying in the car when my sister came to pick me up from the airport. And I was just so lost. I had no idea what to do. And she said, why don't you go back to school? You know, I still had probably about 3 years left to finish my degree. It took me 7 years to finish my degree. Why don't you go to school, finish your bachelor's degree, and then get recertified as a personal trainer, which I hadn't done in, you know, over like 2 or 3 years. And yeah, just get a job at a gym while you're in school. So I moved in with my parents. I moved in with my sister and these 3 other roommates, living in this shitty apartment. I had nothing nice in the room. I kind of felt like it was almost kind of like Harry Potter vibes, you know? And I didn't have any of my stuff. It's like, and before I had a whole apartment of stuff. I had previously, for 2 years, I lived by myself. And then 2 years before that, the 2 years after I got out of the Marine Corps, I lived with this girl. And you guys have seen my videos. You've probably heard this story. But we lived together. And I tried to impress her. So I had this really expensive lifestyle. It was more expensive than I could afford. And I was basically living off my credit card, spending every penny that I had. And I just avoided my finances for so long. But, you know, it led me to this point. And, you know, I had no job, moving to a new state, no degree. So I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and finish my degree. I'll work on doing that. It took me 3 years, but, you know, I started just having more structure to my life. I started reading a little bit. I started having a schedule. I started getting up at 5 a.m. to go work out, because I was also working 2 jobs. I was working at Best Buy, and then I was also working for Live Nation doing security. And I was also studying for my personal trainer exam. So for 6 months, bro, I was like monk mode. I was locked in. I wasn't dating. And I wasn't even with a woman for an entire year. I was just so focused on my growth and really just trying to regain control of my life. But I spent a lot of time walking. I spent a lot of time in solitude, a lot of time in my thoughts. And little by little, I started to get things together. I transitioned into a new season. I started working as a trainer at a gym. I transformed my body, yada, yada. And then eventually I started my own personal training and coaching business. And then I finished my degree, went into corporate world, and, blah, blah, blah. So I've been there. And then I've hit rock bottom like probably 3 times in my life at least. But this was the most profound because I had to really dig deep. And it was where I learned that I really wanted to coach people, was during the season of my life. But obviously you're struggling right now and you don't know where to begin. Like, how do you begin right now to improve yourself? Where do you start right now? I say that story because I try to level with you guys. I try to be as just raw and authentic as I possibly can, just so you see that nobody has their shit together, okay? Nobody has it all figured out. Even if it looks like on the outside, they do. But that's not what you're looking to hear. You want some actionable, tactical advice. Okay. So, how to improve yourself right now. Take out a notepad right now, by the way. Why are you here? Why are you in this position? You've got to reflect on it and write, journal about why you are where you are right now. Because the brutal truth is, where you are in your life right now is 100% your responsibility. No matter what help you had, no matter your circumstance, 99% of the time, it's your fault. And you know what? Even if it's not really your fault, right? Because fair enough, well, Brian, this happened to me and this and this and this. Fair enough. Maybe it's not your fault what happened to you in your life. And your life is in shambles, you've hit rock bottom, and you're trying to fix it. But it's your responsibility to take action and fix it. Like, no one's going to come save you. There's no Superman. You can definitely get help. But I had to basically figure everything out on my own. I didn't really have a ton of support. But you have to find the tools that you need. Find the people that you need. Put yourself in the right environment. But the first step is you have to accept responsibility that right now, where I am is 100% my fault. You have to take extreme ownership of your life right now. Where you are is accepting responsibility no matter what the circumstance is, because no matter what it is, you have the power to change it. Number 2 is writing about where do you even want to be? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to see yourself in, a year? Don't even worry about 5 years, but you could even journal about what does your dream life even look like? What do you want to do? Who do you want to become? What kind of man do you want to be? And you have to align your life how you see your ideal life being. You have to align your life with the actions that your evolved, ascended version of yourself would do. How would they live their life? Well, you have full control over your health. So you should be hitting the gym. Number 1, start going to the gym. Every single day. I don't give a shit what you do. Go to the gym. It's the habit of going. Routine. I have videos on workout routines, but just go to the gym every single day. You could literally do a push, pull, legs routine, or you can go to the gym and do like chest one day, back, arms, shoulders, legs, like something. Okay. And on the weekend, go to the gym too. But just go walk. You need to get in the habit of going every single day. And walk daily, move, exercise. You have full control over how you train and your health and what you put in your body. So also clean up your nutrition. Cut the bullshit out of your diet right now. Stop eating bullshit. Eat Chipotle. It's not great, but it's better than eating probably the bullshit that you're eating right now. Cook chicken breasts, steak. I don't know. If you're broke as shit, chicken, bro. You can go to Walmart and get it. Rice, like frozen vegetables. Clean up your diet. Work out. Get outside. How do you improve yourself? Get outside. Get some good energy from being outside. Exercise. Move your body. Be disciplined. Wake up at 6 a.m. every single day. I don't know what time you have to be at work. Maybe it has to be earlier. I want you to work out before work every single day. Start reading daily. 10 minutes. What you might say, Brian, well, what is 10 minutes going to do? If you're not reading at all right now, 10 minutes is better than nothing. You have to be realistic and set a timer for 10 minutes every single day. Pick a book. If you don't know any books, Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink is a great book. Atomic Habits by James Clear. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. The Greatness Mindset by Lewis Howes. The Mass of Masculinity is a great book as well. And The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. I could give you a whole list. I'll probably make a separate video. Read daily. You need to start stacking wins before your day, before your day starts. Before you're doing anything for anyone else, you need to start stacking wins. Why? Because that builds confidence. It builds resilience. And it's in the small daily habits and the small tasks and, the small habits and the little building blocks that are so important in the overall big picture. Do hard things, bro. How do you fix your life? Cut out porn. I have a whole video that deep dives on porn, and check it out if you haven't seen it. But how do you quit porn? Well, get a VPN blocker. There's companies like Covenant Eyes. There's Blocker X. You pay a subscription. You block it on all your devices. Done deal. Not even tempted. Get rid of it. How do you improve yourself right now? Well, your finances. Sit down on a Saturday or Sunday, go through all your finances, bro. You can literally pull up ChatGPT, pull up your bank statements, go through and audit all your finances. If you're not in a good financial position right now, you need to go on a freaking budget, dude. You can literally take this shit and you can upload it into ChatGPT and tell it to act as your financial advisor, and it'll give you a fucking plan, dude. Like, do it. I did this and it helped me a lot. You need to protect your energy. You need to protect your time. Protect your energy, man. You need to make a list of the 5 people that you spend the most time with or talk to. So this could also mean what you're consuming, what's going in your ears and what you're watching. So you need to audit your circle, your friend circle. And then you also need to audit what you're consuming on a regular basis. You need to go, and this is a whole operation. You can do this on the weekends. Audit what you're following on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. There's so much fucking noise. You have got to put the phone down and disconnect sometimes. If you are able to, I want you to go on a walk outside every single day for 20 minutes. Phone is on Do Not Disturb if you can do it. 20 minutes, bro. Even 15. Just be in your thoughts. Most people can't even be in their thoughts. They can't even be by themselves. They can't even be in silence. I do it all the time. I probably meditate for at least 30 minutes a day, but I'm not asking you to do all that. How do you improve your life now? You can control what you're consuming. You need to start feeding your mind with positive stuff. Uplifting, positive podcasts, YouTube, books, Start reading, start learning, start growing. Take charge of your health, though. For 30 days, don't eat any bullshit. Stop eating out. Just literally leave your debit card. Like, leave your debit card or delete from your wallet or something. Like, you don't need to have a bunch of cards. You don't need to have a bunch of options to go spend money. And if people are going to invite you to do something and you're in a bad financial position, don't do it unless it's free or very, very cheap. Like, only free shit. Also, if you're in a bad financial position, I encourage you to check out Dave Ramsey. The Total Money Makeover was a really good book, and he really helped me a lot. But improve yourself right now. Well, you have control of your health. That you do. You have control over what you're feeding your mind on a regular basis. And you have control over what kind of people are in your life. The friends. Audit your friend circle. Stop distracting yourself with porn and video games all the time, and movies and TV and binge watching and all this shit, and women too. Like, it just casual hookups all the time. I don't hate women. I don't dislike video games. I have a PS5 and an Xbox over here. I never turn them on. I wish I wanted to turn them on. I'm so busy trying to provide value to you guys. But, you know, obsessing over sports teams, and I love sports, by the way. I played sports growing up. Obsessing about all this other shit that's filling your time and, you know, doom scrolling and all this stuff. You got to get a grip on this. Get a grip on your screen time. You know, I actually have a productivity hack. I have a phone timed lockbox. It was like, I don't know, $20 or something. And bro, an adult that has ADHD, if I don't put my phone in this lockbox every single day for at least 4 hours, I'm not going to get shit done. And I'll start slipping with work. Got it on Amazon. And bro, I literally have 2 deep work sessions a day. I work from home. I put my phone in the box from about 9 a.m. until noon. I have it out for an hour. Then I lock it back up for another 3 hours. 6 hours, it's away. Now, a lot of you guys may not be able to do that, and I completely appreciate that. If I had a wife or a significant other or something, you know, other dependents, or if I had a job where I needed my cell phone, it would be different, right? But I work on the computer, and I make my calls from the computer, so it's very different. But man, you can improve yourself right now, but you first have to take extreme ownership. And you got to cut out negative influences and energy in your life. You have to be the gatekeeper of your mind, of your heart, of your soul. And you have to understand that there are things that you can control. And understand that it will take time. But something like a period of monk mode is very helpful. Where for like 6 months to a year, I mean, bro, there was a period where I was doing like 2 years monk mode. But I wasn't dating. I wasn't spending any money. I wasn't going out. And you know what? The close friends that I still had, they understood that. And they supported me. And the same will be for you too. The friends that you have in your life that you call good friends, that are, if they actually are high quality friends, they'll still be around and they'll still support you. And anyone that you thought was a friend, but then they end up not supporting you, they weren't a true friend anyway, bro. I can promise you that. And you know what? It's okay, because that makes way for new people to come into your life in a new season, right? So you gotta get clarity on like where you want to go. And you have to understand and sort of connect the dots of, if you feel like you're needing some improvement in your life, what do you need improvement on? What areas of your life do you need improvement on? Maybe it's your dating life. Maybe you've got all these vices you're hooked on. I have videos on how to overcome porn, vaping. Vaping was back when I first started the channel a couple years ago. But you got to understand, what are you struggling with? Okay, and there's literally tons of resources to help you out. Just tackle it one thing at a time. But I believe in you, man. You can do it. You can do it. Whatever. You all you can do is all you can do, and all you can control is all that you can control at the end of the day. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, I don't know why not already. Hit subscribe. And then if you guys want any one-to-one support, I do one-to-one calls, like coaching calls, video call. My email is in the video description or in my bio. Just shoot me an email and we'll set something up. But comment down below what you're struggling with. What is the one thing in your life right now that you know that if I fixed this, my life would be so much better? Or if you hit rock bottom, let me know as well. And love you guys. Appreciate you and your support. This is The Ascended Man, where I help you forge strength, elevate your spirit, and lead with purpose. And we ain't slowing down. Catch you guys later.